situation over the 12 years that I've been here entertaining you on television. Welcome to Hot Topics, Sharina Hudson. Getting out of my car with my money. Good morning, Journey. She'll be almost I think she'll be 3 next month, don't you know? Good morning, Kelvin. It's my truth.
So now Sharina Hudson is realizing she picked the wrong man from the very beginning when she got involved with Kevin Hunter. Everybody already knows Kevin and Sharina were fully prepared to build a whole life together using Wendy's money like it was nothing, without a second thought.
So I'm not gonna take a lot of time because, you know, I'm getting emotional. And I told myself I wasn't gonna do this.
But ever since Wendy stepped away from the Wendy Williams show and ended up under that unfortunate guardianship, Kevin's cash flow has dried up completely. He's been filing lawsuit after lawsuit, pulling every stunt he can to get Wendy to bankroll his lifestyle again. But after his most recent lawsuit got tossed out of court, word is Kevin has dipped on Sharina the same way he did Wendy. And honestly, nobody even knew where Sharina disappeared to. While Kevin was running around with those lawsuits, she shut down her Instagram and vanished off the map. And now, we're finally about to find out where she's been hiding all these months.
It was not death do us part.
And it wasn't just an incident. I mean, the relationship that Kevin had with this woman went on for...
No. Kevin was a serial cheater. Kevin had different mistresses depending on, you know, the part of his life. This last one was the one that he had the longest term relationship.
As you already know, Wendy has been dealing with a lot, and she's been fighting hard to end a guardianship she never needed or asked for in the first place. After a new evaluation confirmed that Wendy was never sick and never had dementia, which was the whole reason they kept her under strict control for over 3 years, it's becoming clear that everyone involved, from the judge to her former manager, her doctor, Wells Fargo, and even the guardian, Sabrina Morrissey, were all moving in sync to keep her away from her own money. And honestly, karma always circles back for people who do dirt like that.
Death to all of them.
And with all this new information coming to light, Wendy might finally be able to shut down this exploitative guardianship and move past everything once and for all. But that still doesn't mean she's heading back to her primetime spot or returning to work anytime soon. And Wendy stepping away from work didn't just impact her fans, it hit everybody connected to her, even the ones who couldn't stand her. Yep, that includes Kevin Hunter and his mistress, Sharina.
Kevin had gone to LA for business. And I hired a PI. Yes, I did. I hired a PI to follow my husband. And this guy is telling me that Kevin is in Miami with the girl. This is where you show the pair of them on the beach. You know the picture where she's going to the camera and he's laying there on the cell phone like they're chilling like a couple. You understand what I'm saying? The PI was taking pictures of them going to the gym, going to dinner, her with Gucci, Poochie, and Lucci.
When Wendy stepped away from the Wendy Williams show, her income took a major hit. And because of that, Kevin couldn't collect a dime in alimony. Their divorce agreement clearly stated that if Wendy's contract was paused or not renewed, she was no longer required to pay him anything. Whoever added that clause into the paperwork deserves an award, because it turns out Kevin fully intended to live off Wendy for the rest of his life.
But what I needed at the time, because I was running 100 miles an hour, and I was so much of a strong support structure for her and all the dreams that she wanted to accomplish, I needed somebody for me. And my new offspring, my daughter, who is a beautiful, beautiful spirit, she was not a oops baby. She was not a mistake baby.
Kevin allegedly received a lump sum from Wendy as part of their divorce settlement, along with an alimony check of around $250,000 per month. Yikes. But he never considered that Wendy might face issues or that the gravy train could suddenly stop. As soon as those alimony checks stopped, he was back in court trying to force Wendy to support him again. In 2022, he filed a lawsuit claiming that without the checks, he was completely broke behind on bills, drowning in debt, and struggling to pay his homeowners association fees. On top of that, he couldn't cover car insurance for his luxury vehicles, and he fell behind on credit card payments. Things got so bad that he had to take loans out on 2 of his luxury cars through a company called Flex Wealth, and he had no choice but to put his and Sharina's shared home up for sale because he couldn't maintain it without Wendy's money. Essentially, they ended up homeless.
You left your wife. Now, we may not care about her on the show. That's different. But you left your wife. Got you a side, had a baby, and was living a whole different life. And evidently, Wendy Williams was the real bread maker. Because now you can't live that lifestyle without that check. The grass wasn't greener, huh?
And of course, the lawsuit didn't go in Kevin's favor. It was thrown out by the court. But that didn't stop him from looking for another way to get paid. In 2024, he claimed that Wendy had allegedly hidden over $48 million from him during their divorce and tried to have their divorce set aside. The court, however, was not on Kevin's side. It was wild to think he was willing to go through another messy divorce process just to squeeze more money from Wendy. Earlier this year, he filed yet another lawsuit demanding $250 million in damages against Wells Fargo, Wendy's guardian, and several others involved in her guardianship. He claimed he was acting on Wendy's behalf, saying her constitutional rights had been violated and that he'd been defrauded by the court-appointed guardians. So, he went from suing Wendy to suing the people handling her finances. Putting personal feelings about Kevin aside, this lawsuit exposed the full extent of the scheme set up by Wells Fargo, the judge, her guardian, and everyone around Wendy to take everything she worked for. Even so, people are still skeptical about Kevin's motives. He's no longer her husband, doesn't have power of attorney, and can't act on behalf of her adult son. This was clearly a desperate money grab, and a weak one at that. Sources say it's not just Kevin's finances suffering, his relationship with Sharina is affected too. As money troubles mounted, Kevin and Sharina reportedly argued over what to do next. Since her main reason for being with him was the soft life, Sharina had to step up. She started running her vegan food business, even though it wasn't profitable, and got her real estate license to sell homes in Florida. Reports also say Kevin hasn't paid any child support and won't until he rebuilds his finances. As things heated up, Sharina allegedly made her Instagram private and moved back in with her mother to get her finances in order. Now she's back, heavily promoting her business, her real estate services, and even selling her own gut health products. She's completely shifted her image from living the soft life to actively selling her skills, trying to keep herself and her daughter afloat. It's also rumored that Kevin and Sharina have gone their separate ways, though nothing is confirmed. Seeing their relationship crash like this has people calling it karma. There's no way Sharina truly expected to live large off someone else forever. I don't wish anyone ill, but she basically had to face the consequences of living off another woman. Kevin and his side chick thought they could ride Wendy's money for life. Using someone like that, pure narcissism. I don't feel bad for either of them. So, were y'all expecting Kevin and Sharina to break up already? Share your thoughts in the comments, and don't forget to hit that like and subscribe. I'll see you in the next video. Bye, baddies.